Hello, welcome back to Becca's Blankies. If this is your first time here, I crochet and I show you my quarterly makes. So this video is quarter one of 2025, my second year of doing this series. I want to preface this by saying, I say this every video, but it is so true this time, that quarter one has been such a busy time for me. Not only did I completely move houses, which you might have noticed if you watched my previous videos, but I've just had a lot of other things going on. I had a trip, and just really, January is always just tough. So, I did not make as much as I have in the past, but what I have made are kind of like bigger projects. I know in the past I've made like a lot of small bags or hats or things like that, scarves, and every single project I'm about to show you is what I consider a bigger project. So the first thing I want to show you is a cardigan. I actually made this in December of last year, but I made my quarter four video before Christmas, so I didn't have to worry about it like around New Year's or anything. So I'm going to show this in this video. I'm going to put it on for you. This is the Sandy's cardigan, and the tutorial was by Cinnamon Stitches. So if you want to make this, you can search Cinnamon Stitches Sandy's cardigan. I love this so much. This is the second cardigan I've made, and it just fits me so much better than the Hexie cardi I made. Granted, when I made the Hexie cardi, I accidentally made it way too big. And yeah, I love, oh my gosh, there's dog hair all over us, but I love how like the sleeves flare out a little bit. I honestly don't remember if that was in her pattern or if that just happened when I made mine, like if I chose to do that, but it's super cute. There is a seam up the back. I could have made it to where it wasn't so obvious, but I think I was just ready to finish it since I was doing this around Christmas. And then I put a little border around just to kind of clean it up a little bit and bring it back to the center more. Anyways, I really love this one. I wish I wore it more during the winter. Now that it's at the end of March, I hardly got to wear it. Alrighty. Next we have, well, these are all baby blankets. So I'm going to show you two that are the same colorway, but they're a different pattern. So we have this one here. Let me scoot this in. I made several baby blankets because I knew that my coworker was having a baby, but she was waiting to see what the gender was until she was born. So I made some boyish ones and some girlish ones, and then I have several other that I wanted to make them for, several other people. So this is just the ripple stitch. This is Big Twist, RIP, the sage green, and then I think this was like tan, not tweed, maybe. I don't know, it doesn't matter because it doesn't exist anymore. And then same colorway, but I did a continuous granny square. I love this one. I've been like super into doing the ripple stitch for baby blankets, but this is so cute. Yeah, I love that one. And then next, this one was actually a whip that I started ages ago. I want to say like maybe the very beginning of 2022 or the very beginning of 2023. So it had been over 2 years since I picked this up, but I finished this one. And my coworker did have a girl, so I'm going to mail this to her probably today since I'm recording this. I've kind of been putting it off until I recorded. But this is Michael's yarn, and it probably is discontinued by now as well. It's just the Michael's brand, whatever that is. But once again, the ripple stitch, but the chunks of color are a little bit more organic than what I usually do. Next, this one is for my foster niece. I just washed that one, that pink one, and this one, and they're just so like light and fluffy and cute. I used this same yarn earlier last year. So the solid is Big Twist, and then The multicolored one is Premier Mosaic. And if you remember, if you watched my previous videos, one of my best friends had twins, and I made boy-girl blankets, and they were just so cute, so I had to do it again. But this is a different colorway of the Mosaic. I ended up buying all the colorways they had of that, so be expecting more baby blankets from the other 2 colorways that I haven't made yet. But it's so cute. So that is all the blankets I made, but I'm remembering right now that I have one more project, so I'll be right back. Okay, here it is. This is a vest. I freehanded the pattern. It's literally just granny squares sewn together. You can't really tell. Let me put it on. Granny squares sewn together in a vest shape. It actually fits me really well. If I had like not a jacket on, it would be even better. But then it just like ties at the top here. And let me show you the back. It's a little like loose right here, but I did block the squares out and I washed it. I really like this. I actually got engaged in this. I'm not wearing my ring because it's too big. I'm getting it resized. But I'm obsessed with this. This is made out of cotton yarn that I got in an advent calendar. Super nice. Pretty expensive for what I'm used to. I work with a lot of acrylic yarn, or like the cotton yarn that you can get at any craft store. So super nice. And then that's the solid colors. And then let me get closer. This like purple, blue, pink color. I actually got that at the Midwest Fiber Fest last year, which is coming up next month in April. I think I'm going to go again. But it was, you know, expensive hand-dyed yarn, and I was afraid to use it, so I finally put it in a project. And since I got engaged in this, it's even more special. So I really like this vest, and I need to find more occasions to wear it. And I think it would be really cute in the summer, just like with a bra top underneath. Little crop top moment. Yeah, and the good thing about this is like so this, some people might consider inside out, but I really like how, like where I single crocheted them together, it really gives it some texture. And so I feel like I can wear it either way. So either inside out or the opposite way where it doesn't really show at all. Yeah, I think I wore it with the texture side showing when I got engaged. Anyway, so that is everything I made in Q1 / the end of Q4 in 2024. So Q1 2025, I have 5 projects plus the bonus cardigan that I made around Christmas last year. One of my New Year's resolutions was to not buy any yarn this year. I did break that just a little bit because Joann's is closing. I went and I got a couple of things of Big Twist because I use Big Twist so frequently in all my baby blankets. Like everything I just showed you was Big Twist besides the 2 wearables. So all of those blankets were had Big Twist in them. So I broke it and I bought 2 balls of Big Twist yarn. And I had already, like, part of my resolution, I had put a clause in there that the Karen anniversary cake didn't count because I always wait to buy them until they're on sale and then the color that I want is not there. So this was a Karen anniversary cake and I made a whole cardigan out of it, and I probably have enough left to make a hat as well. So I definitely want to get one of those later this year, but I feel pretty good. Like in comparison to other years, I'm doing really, really well. I might pick up 1 or 2 like hand dyed at the Midwest Fiber Festival, which is in St. Louis. But yeah, I think that would be okay if I only buy 3 more things of yarn this year. My goal in not buying yarn obviously was to not spend that money, but the big thing was to not add to my stash. I'm working through it and I feel like I've done a good job so far. If you weren't me and you looked at it, you probably wouldn't notice that I've made a dent, but I really think I have. I'm also organizing my future projects for this year, so writing out what I want to do each month. I've kind of gone off track with that and just kind of made what I felt inspired with for that month, but I do know that I want to start crocheting some flowers. Since I am engaged, I'd like to have some of those as decoration either at my wedding or my bridal shower. I just think it would be a really nice touch of me. And actually, my wedding color is like sage green. So prior to the new year, I had bought some of the sage green big twist yarn to make flowers and other decorations. So, all right. Thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll see you next quarter for my quarter 2 2025 crochet update. Thanks for watching.